Hey trail travelers, we are back in Moab, Utah, and this is SteelBender. So hopefully we're going to have some fun today. It should be a nice difficult trail to get out on. We are joined down there with the Rubistina. Let me see if I can get a shot down there. There's Josh airing down the Rubistina. We're airing down Optimus. We're going to go have some fun. Stay right there. We'll be right back.
I totally remember this now.
So we're at the 0.6 mile mark, and we're doing a tiny little river crossing. I barely even got the tires wet, but it's kind of cool. The road's been a little rocky and some sandy in spots, but it's not difficult by any stretch. It actually feels smoother than it looks. But man, what a view. Check this out. Just remember, folks, while there's a few spots that can be really tempting to play around on, they're not on the trail. So just be mindful of staying on the trail and not deviating too much so that, you know, we're not destroying stuff or really upsetting people. Right at the 1 mile marker, you're going to come up to the first obstacle, such as it is. It's just a tiny little ledge, not a big deal. You got some water crossing, you got some sand, you got a couple of nice little dips, but still, so far at the 1 mile mark, it's a pretty easy trail so far. So we're about 1.5 miles in, and I would say the two most important things for this trail are, number one, air down, because it's a bumpy ride, and number two, disconnect your sway bar, because there's quite a few dips and pots and rocks and things, and disconnecting that sway bar is going to make for definitely an easier ride of things. So, you know, air down your tires and disconnect that sway bar. And so far, that's all we've needed. I mean, we're riding in 4 low, but that's just for no other reason in case we need to come, you know, down a steep hill or something. But there's no reason to be blazing through this or anything else. It's not that hard. Jeep Badge of Honor rates this as a 6. So I don't expect there to be too much stuff, but man, is it a beautiful trail. Gotta love that. Okay, I think we've actually come across our first major obstacle here. We're at 1.8 miles in, and it's definitely a little steep, and it's gonna feel a little tippy, it looks like. Low gear, cruise down. But this is definitely a gatekeeper here, I would say. This is where your lower clearance vehicles are not going to make it. We're just going to ease ourselves over. Easy peasy. Well, as soon as you hit that obstacle at 1.9 miles, it is just, it's a little deceiving. It's one big, long obstacle. There's some good climbing. You're gonna need some good ground clearance, some good tires. So far, I haven't needed lockers. There's no need for a winch through here yet, but you're definitely going to have some ground clearance and some tires to get through this. And look at Josh go up right there. That's pretty steep. You can see a lot of tire marks right there. And it looks like an oil skid. Someone took some damage to an oil pan there. But we'll just climb right up this. This is not going to be a big deal. Okay, we're at 2.3 miles and yet another nice big obstacle. Nothing crazy still. I mean, you got to take this slow and it's going to get pretty tippy. I've seen upwards of 23 degrees roll. Not much on the way of pitch. I mean, like 15, 18 degrees. So the pitch hasn't been that bad. Roll, I've seen up to about 23 degrees. So it's going to feel a little tippy, but it's not too bad at all. But the scenery is great. Even though it's technically slick rock, it's very different than like Hell's Revenge or some of the other places. At the 2.4 mile mark, we've got a pretty steep little descent in the sand, followed by a nice climb up these rocks. Now, I haven't had to use my lockers at all yet today. I don't think most people would. It's not that steep or anything, but just stay on it. Don't hesitate once you start up that hill. Now, there's definitely a few spots that can be tricky so far. It definitely pays to have a spotter with you in a couple locations so that you don't get too hung up on something. Definitely a good, 6-7 rating today, I would say. What do you think, Christy?
I'd say a 7.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What makes it so much harder than something else?
This, I'm about to fall off of.
We're going down.
Watch where you're going.
Yeah, we got a couple short cliffs here that we're going down right now. Stop. Photo! All right, keep going. She's recording. Yeah, there's definitely a few tricky spots through here. Highly recommended that you have a lift and some decent tires.
And a chiropractor, of course.
Maybe this qualifies as a chiropractic visit.
I think I need an adjustment.
It's definitely a fun trail, and
Hold on, you gotta switch this around. People need to see
it's
this.
beautiful. So
Switch it
back to
around.
the trail. Okay, we're at 4.3 miles, and we've got this cool slick rock climb right here. I shouldn't need lockers at all. I'm just in 4 low, and we're just going to climb right up it. Let's take a look. We're going to have a 16-degree pitch and almost no roll on here, maybe 4 or 5 degrees. Oh, this is cool up here. The view is fantastic. Okay, it does get a little narrow right here. You definitely don't want to be speeding through here. Just watch your tire placement. Oh, but this is so cool. Now, so far, now this is June 13th, so good time to be out here, and it is a Saturday. The only vehicles we've seen were 3 Jeeps at the beginning who were pulled over. I think they were having a little break or some lunch or something, but we haven't seen anybody else out here. It's absolutely incredible. Well, that was a hell of a thing. Not hard. That was not hard at all. But if you're afraid of heights, it does get kind of narrow. So there is a bypass there. You can just go right around it if you want. But I thought that was a hell of a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun. Great photo op too.
And man, just the scenery here is spectacular.
Beautiful.
I mean, if you like desert, I guess. I mean, if you're more into the pine trees and the lakes, this might not be the place for you, but I think Moab is something you have to experience. I mean, if you can get out here, it's just such an amazing place. There's such a variety of trails.
Oh yeah. There's a puddle back there.
Hey, we did some river crossing. Yeah. All right, let's get back to the trail. Okay, boy. We've been on the trail for 1 hour and 40 minutes, and we've gone 5 miles. So we're definitely not making a lot of time through here, which is fine. It's beautiful. We just hit 4.7 miles, and we're on this, I don't know, what would you call this? It's not really a rock garden.
No. I don't know.
It's kind of a cross between it's kind of a cross between a rock garden and a waterfall, I guess, for lack of a better description. But oh, here, this is gonna get good. I mean, we'll probably get into the mid-20s right here. Oh, that wasn't bad at all.
Or 13.
Yeah, or 13. Gee, that looked a lot sketchier than it really was. But this is definitely a real rocky, rough area to go through. But again, like the rest of this, you know, we're in a really heavy Rubicon. We got 37-inch Milestar MTs. I haven't had to use the lockers one bit. You really shouldn't have to have lockers through here. Just watch your speed, and when you go up, just keep a nice consistent throttle, and you shouldn't have any issues. But man, this is an awesome trail. Whee!
And it's a Saturday, and we haven't seen anyone out here.
Yeah, I was talking about that when I was going over that hump thing.
Okay.
That we'd only seen 3 people. Mm-hmm. It's the middle of June on a Saturday, and there's nobody here.
And it's 81 degrees. We lucked out.
I mean, it's absolutely a gorgeous day. I'm going to guess everybody is over at Salt Flats Recreation Area.
Yeah.
You know, doing Hell's Revenge and Fins and Things, and all the other trails that are around there. Because the last time we were here, I mean, it took almost 20 minutes or 25 minutes waiting in line to get to the gate. There was just so many side-by-sides and stuff there. And here, I mean, we're just out in nowhere. We're not in one of the parks, so there's no entrance fee here.
We're on BLM.
And we haven't seen anybody other than those few Jeeps at the very, very, very beginning. So I'm going to highly recommend this trail.
Beautiful.
All right, I've got to the sketchiest part of this entire trail so far. This one, yeah, it's gonna be kind of a doozy here. With some two doors that came in before us, they actually tied back and had a bunch of people holding on to try and make sure that they didn't do any tipping. So I've got my off-road pages on, and I'm going to try and give you some play-by-play here. We definitely have lots of footage rolling. Hopefully I don't screw this up too bad. I've got Christy down there spotting me. He's telling me to slow down, keep it nice and slow. And here we go. We're gonna start pitching down. I'm only at a 25%. What? I was waiting for the photos.
Oh, I got the photos.
Okay. Yeah, straighten it out. Okay. Okay, it might feel a little tippy. Yeah.
Oh my god! Oh my god! No! I can't do this!
Okay, you're right on the edge. You're gonna start coming down. Okay, your tires are on rock down here. Well, this has been one heck of a trail. I think we're coming up on the end of it here in the next 5 or 10 minutes or so, but it is non-stop. It is one obstacle after another, and it kind of teases you a little bit because it was a couple miles in before it really started, before we got to those first obstacles, right?
Yes.
I know. So a couple miles in, and then from that point on, it is just wham, 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 one thing after another. This was a nice little 27% tilt right there, kind of fun. But it's rocks, it's ledges, it's waterfalls, it's rocky areas. I mean, this thing pretty much has it all. It's kind of a fun trail. I'm going to highly recommend this, but I'm also going to say that while you can probably do it in a fairly stock vehicle, we didn't need lockers. If you pick the right lines, you're not going to have too many problems. But there's a couple spots that are pretty steep, and with a two-wheel drive, that would have been, not a two-wheel drive, a two-door, that short wheelbase, that looked really crazy.
Yes.
So, but with the longer Unlimited, it's not quite as bad, although now you have to watch for other things like your breakover angle not being good, as good. So pros and cons to both, but the weather's been great. We had a really bad wind for a while, but it's one rock crawl after another, and then you come off of it and you'll find a little dirt road and you're like, oh, thank God, finally a little break, and it lasts for 30 seconds. But this terrain, now we're in stuff that's completely different. This feels more like Hell's Revenge or some of the stuff in Fins and Things versus what it was like at the beginning of this trail. Oh, nice little climb out of the water on wet shoes. Nice. Okay. No, the tires may just have to warm up a little bit.
They're warm. It's 90 degrees out.
Oh, that one.
It was easy.
Definitely easier than I expected going up that. Okay, we're on our way out. I'm pretty sure this would be the exit considering the vehicles that we're seeing along this path here. But what'd you think of this, Christy?
It was pretty hardcore. I did this probably 10 years ago, and I don't remember it being quite like this.
It's not what I expected.
No. It's an intense day of
the
wheeling.
Jeep Badge of Honor says that it's a 6. I think that may be. I think there's multiple paths in here that you can take, and there's one path I think that's probably fairly accurate. That it may only be a 6, but definitely the path that we took, yeah, that was crazy. So this has been, what are we on? SteelBender, right?
Yes.
And absolutely loved it.
Yes.
So thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.